A child was hit by a vehicle in the community of Sundance this afternoon. Emergency crews checked the child over but say there were no injuries. Police interviewed people at the scene. Here's what else we're working on tonight. Alberta proposes changes to the Elections Act
and limits new political parties from using similar names to those that have already been established.
But is it meant to combat confusion or competition? Strong feelings online exposed as something else.
What we're seeing is foreign actors, foreign individuals sort of monetizing our polarization.
A new social media feature aims to give perspective but doesn't always deliver. And a tiny horse bringing big smiles.
It's amazing, just the look on their faces.
How he's helping in homes after a rough beginning outside.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldberg.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The province wants to ban some new political party names and change the rules for citizen-led petitions. One former UCP MLA says the proposed bill targets him and his effort to create a new Conservative party. Tyson Fedor reports.
The application of citizen-led referendums could soon change. New rules would reset and remove the pro-separation Alberta Prosperity Project referendum question currently before the courts on whether it's constitutional. The group would have to refile within 30 days. The Justice Minister will also have the power to kill any questions that are deemed unconstitutional. Thomas Lukaszik's Forever Canada petition that has been verified will still proceed.
If those seeking independence believe that they have the support for it, this is their chance to prove it. This is their chance to demonstrate it.
Amendments to the new political party names include the chief electoral officer refusing to register a party if it uses a distinctive word or is linked to a previous party name. Words such as conservative, liberal, democratic, wild rose, advantage, and communist cannot be included.
The fact that there are two existing wild rose parties in this province, there doesn't seem to be any apparent confusion there, but it does seem to be an issue with us.
Peter Guthrie, a former cabinet minister with the UCP, has applied to create the Alberta Progressive Conservative Party. These new rules, however, would forbid that.
The UCP has been doing their best to try to hold us back. And they've been doing it for a long time.
The fact that they're trying to thwart the effort that he's engaged in right now seems to suggest that they're worried about Peter Guthrie.
If passed, that amendment would be retroactive to July of this year. The province believes similar names would confuse Alberta voters.
It would be no different than a party coming forward and seeking to register a name, the Alberta Democrats, or the New Liberals, or the Greenest Party.
Nobody is trying to use the Liberal name or the New Democratic name.
The Election Act will also be modified, increasing the number of signatures for an MLA nomination from 25 to 100, a direct response to the longest ballot of 200 names in the federal by-election that saw a long list of candidates trying to upset Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who went on to win. Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Also suggested under Bill 14, if a result of a binding referendum contravenes the Constitution, the province would not have to implement those results. The Justice Minister also addressed whether the government would make changes to the Recall Act. So far, Elections Alberta has approved recall petitions against 14 UCP MLAs across the province, and campaigns to collect signatures are underway. Many of the petition organizers say the use of the notwithstanding clause is one factor. Some also say their MLAs have not responded to constituents. The Justice Minister says while his party thinks the Recall Act has been misused and weaponized, they won't be making changes.
We've been clear that the Recall Act should be used for ethical violations and breaches of public trust. However, Cabinet and our caucus discussed this further, and we're not planning any changes to the Recall Act at this time. Our government remains very confident in our record and will continue to advance the important issues entrusted to us by all Albertans.
Elections Alberta has also approved a recall petition against Premier Danielle Smith, but there are not yet dates for when the signatures can be gathered. A new feature on a social media platform is raising questions. The location feature on X is aimed to increase transparency and help people spot accounts known for disinformation. But it's been a rocky rollout. Tim Brooke explains.
The leader of the Alberta separatist movement says it's picking up steam.
It doesn't come with pomp and circumstance, but it is shifting, and so those are positive signs for us in our movement.
Head online and it's easy to believe. The town square is filled with almost non-stop separatist sentiment, but not everything is as it seems.
Our information environment is increasingly becoming a rage economy. And what we're seeing is foreign actors, foreign individuals sort of monetizing our polarization.
A new X feature shows the location of accounts, and many of those pushing separation don't appear to be from Alberta or even Canada.
They don't really have an interest in what's going on. The sentiments are probably not genuine. They just want to get the engagement.
But while some foreign actors have been exposed, others are now claiming there's been a mistake. Take the Alberta Prosperity Project, which has more than 15,000 followers, including the Premier. Its communications team tells us the APP is purely Alberta-rooted and that the new location feature raises critical questions about privacy and free expression.
So this is one more signal, but it's not necessarily a definitive signal like some are portraying it.
Other accounts claim they use a VPN to hide their real location or were tagged while traveling.
Location finder was left on, and it still says that it was posting from the United States. On the wall behind me, I've got the citizenship certificate.
Just another reminder to be cautious.
I would always take it with a grain of salt and see if somebody else that I know and trust that have a proven track record of providing accurate information is also sharing it.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Now, last week, some users noted the federal Liberal and NDP parties had their locations listed as being south of the border. The parties say they flagged that to X and the locations were changed to Canada. Calgary Mayor Jeremy Farkas spoke today about the first budget he and the newly elected City Council passed after 8 days of debate.
For far too long, our city councils have been divided, seeing factions emerge from downtown versus suburbs, north versus south, progressives versus conservatives. And this council has shown that we're willing to move beyond all of those past battles with a real commitment to working together and solving problems for Calgarians.
He says this team debated and considered 40 amendments to the draft budget, which came from the previous mayor and council. The new budget cuts the property tax increase by about 2/3 of what was planned and invests in safety, transit, housing and infrastructure, including recreation facilities. Calgary police have charged a teenage boy in connection with 2 suspected overdose deaths. They happened 6 months ago on the Tsuut'ina Nation, but toxicology reports are still pending. Police say the 17-year-old sold cocaine during his high school lunch breaks. He faces a long list of charges, including drug possession and trafficking. Calgary police are reminding everyone to keep the roads safe during the holidays. Check stops are now active to help catch impaired drivers.
If you're going to drive, you don't drink. It's as simple as that. If you have a doubt in your mind that you haven't slept well the night before or you haven't had much to eat that day, don't take that risk and drink any alcohol at all.
Of the 35 fatal crashes in Calgary this year, impairment was a factor in at least 5 of them. Check stops happen year-round, but there are more in December. Officers will stop people at random and can do roadside tests for drugs and alcohol, even if they don't think someone seems impaired. Drivers who are impaired risk criminal charges and losing their license. Banff is considering thinning out some dense forest area near a railway track in town to reduce the number of elk being struck and killed by trains. Parks Canada notified the town that elk train collisions are high near commercial properties along Eagle Crescent. It says 42 elk have been killed there since 2004. Council is now considering thinning vegetation to create clearer sight lines for elk and their herds. But some residents question why the town and not the rail company would front the $20,000 cost needed every 5 years.
I don't see the railway being part of that conversation for this proposal, and so as a resident of Banff, I'm concerned that town of Banff money is being used to solve a problem that belongs to the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railway.
Administration has not yet approached KPKC about the project. The company says it works with Parks Canada, other stakeholders and experts to try to mitigate wildlife conflict, adding there are no simple solutions for minimizing strikes along railway corridors. Residents of a senior centre in Carstairs had a very special visitor today. The furry friend brought a lot of smiles, but there was a time when the animal's future didn't look so bright. Jacqueline Wilson reports.
Step by step, Nugget, the 7-week-old mini horse, makes her way to the front doors of Chinookwynn's Lodge in Carstairs. A new future as a therapy animal awaits this little foal.
Well, she's a spicy little thing. She's, as you can see, she's very level-headed and very quiet, very dependent on me, but also very independent and a little salty. She likes to kick up her heels and run.
Residents couldn't rein in their excitement.
This was awesome. This is one of the better ones that I've brought in here. It's really enjoyable.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I don't often get a chance to get close up to an animal like that.
But Nugget's life hasn't always been happiness and smiles. Things took a turn when she was mauled by a dog outside of Calgary in October. That's when Daryl Glover was called in to make the rescue.
She had some pretty serious bites on her neck and her ear and her head and her face, and she was extremely dehydrated. She was just about expired.
Nugget has made a remarkable recovery and is now enjoying every moment of her new life with her rescue family. She even has a best friend, 7-year-old pony named Ducky. A life of joyful frolicking is well deserved for little Nugget as she spreads joy wherever she goes.
It's amazing, just the look on their faces. It just brightens their day. You can tell they were all excited. One lady came out specifically just for the horse. She doesn't come out for anything else. So, I mean, it's huge. It's such a huge opportunity, I think, for the residents.
Owner Anita Reznichenko hopes to get Nugget officially certified as a therapy horse soon so she can continue bringing happiness to many senior homes and schools in the future. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle, that mini horse was adorable. You had a cute experience in studio today when a class came to visit.
Yes. Now, viewers, don't be alarmed by this forecast, which is also adorable and hilarious. Yeah. All right. So Ranch View School from Cochrane visited us today. They developed their own 5-day forecast. Minus 100 tomorrow or on Friday, yeah.
That's terrifying.
And then minus 3,000 overnight, yeah. Also Halloween for 2 days rather than just one.
Good choice by the kids.
Christmas in between. And you like the turkey.
Fanning the flames, I'm not sure which to be more alarmed by, the tsunami at the beginning of the week or the turkey fanning the flames at the end of the week.
Oh my gosh, thank you to these amazing students that came to visit. We had a great time with them. All right, let's get into the real forecast now. And isolated flurries, so snow on and off tonight through tomorrow morning. With the wind chill in the morning, it will feel more like -9, and then it will get colder throughout the day rather than warm. So by the afternoon, a wind chill of -14, and later in the evening hours is when we get into the chance of more that heavier, more consistent snowfall. Will pick up anywhere from 2 to 4 centimeters in the city. More details on that coming up.
Thanks, Danielle. An Alberta performance by a comedy legend didn't go as planned. We'll explain why Dave Chappelle's first show in Edmonton might be his last.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The University of Calgary has been named one of the top 5 research universities in Canada. The ranking by Research InfoSource is based on external funding. In 2024, the U of C received nearly $600 million in research funding. The 5th place ranking is 1 spot higher than last year.
Being in the top 5 is a recognition that our faculty members are competing extremely well on the national and international stage to bring in funding to support the research enterprise in Calgary, at the University of Calgary. Very, very important.
Along with Calgary, Toronto, Montreal, McGill, and UBC rounded out the top 5. The community of Inglewood hosted an event tonight showcasing some local female entrepreneurs. You could buy unique gifts and handcrafted items at the winter market tonight at YW's Calgary Hub. There were booths from 36 women-led businesses, many of them participants in community programs that help support entrepreneurship. It's about
just connecting our entrepreneurs to community, bringing people in, connecting them to other partners that can further accelerate their business too. And
now, this is the third year for the event. A similar event takes place tomorrow. This one supports local startups. 30 of the graduates from community group Momentum's self-employment program will have stands, including one with treats for people with celiac disease.
The idea was there, the ingredients are there, but presented to the customer, presented to the market in the right way. Definitely, Momentum has a big hand in this.
We believe that for an entrepreneur, you never forget your first customer, and so it's pretty exciting for them, and it's exciting for Calgarians that they get to be part of that moment of being the first customer for someone.
The market is Friday afternoon from 3 until 7 p.m. at Momentum. The first 200 customers will receive a $10 voucher that's as good as cash at the booths. Comedian Dave Chappelle was in Calgary earlier this week before heading north, but his Edmonton show last night was disrupted by hecklers. There's no video of the performance because cell phones were banned from the event, but people at the sold-out show at Rogers Place say many interruptions from hecklers and some audio issues ruined the night. One attendee says that it was embarrassing.
He looked at his watch and he's like, I could stand here for the remainder of the show for like the next 10 minutes that we have, and like you guys can just scream at me and be ignorant. He's not going to be back, I don't think.
Dave Chappelle continues his North American tour in Portland tomorrow. Lainey Wilson will be among the headliners at next year's Country Thunder in Calgary. Wilson is a Grammy winner and this year's Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year. The festival's dates have been moved from August to June 26th to 28th. Other headliners are the Red Clay Strays and Kane Brown. Once again, the festival will be at the Confluence Historic Site. Well, you can expect a cool down over the next few days. Danielle has the details in her forecast up next.
All right, well, winds out of the west predominantly got us above freezing in most communities in southern Alberta today. Calgary's high today, 4 degrees. So we had a lot of melting. It's a big slushy mess out there, but I'm sure you enjoyed some warmer temperatures, or at least many of you did. 7 degrees was the high, Victoria, Vancouver, and off to the east, well, Toronto got to a high of -1. So did Ottawa and Fredericton. Okay. The winds. It was a gusty day today, especially south of the city. So reasonable gusts, Medicine Hat, Brooks, Calgary in the 30s. South of that, though, Pincher Creek, 85 kilometers per hour. We knew it was going to be gusty today. And then 70 kilometers per hour almost in Lethbridge for today as well. So yes, gusty, but again, these are the winds that got the temperatures up. They will be much cooler in most communities tomorrow. In fact, will drop temperature-wise throughout the day. All right, here's a look at the snow that's already starting to creep into the city. It's isolated, it's light for the most part, and it's just pretty sporadic. This will intensify, especially by late day tomorrow. So in the forecast tonight through tomorrow morning, on and off snowflakes should be lighter in nature. There may be some isolated areas where it picks up a little bit and becomes a little heavier, but we're not looking at the significant totals for tonight and tomorrow morning. The more significant totals that you'll likely have to shovel will arrive tomorrow in the evening hours for the city. So this is a look at 8:30 tomorrow night, and that's when we're looking at starting to intensify, becoming more widespread, long-term, consistent snowfall that will last through Friday night in through early Saturday morning, which is why we'll likely get some accumulation here. So really, when you look at Airdrie down through Calgary, Okotoks, High River, Lethbridge, in these communities, basically 2 to 4 centimeters is what's likely. And then even off to the southeast, similar idea for Milk River, Tabor, and Medicine Hat. All right, Strathmore as well. Some isolated areas will see about 6 centimeters, though. Now, tomorrow, our daytime high of -5, that's in the morning hours. The wind chill, again, -9, will cool down throughout the day. So in the afternoon, we'll be in the minus double digits. Be prepared for a cold one for the next couple of days. -11 will be the high on Saturday. And again, that snowfall carrying into really early Saturday morning, then tapering off. And then a lot of sunshine expected for Sunday, and we should warm up to the freezing mark.
Thanks, Danielle. You can take in a free community concert this weekend as a spectator or a player. And this time, the instruments usually at the back are front and center. Some local athletes rolled up their sleeves today to help feed Calgary kids. Current and retired members of Team Canada got the day off training, but put in a solid shift in the kitchen. Brown bagging for Calgary's kids feeds 8,000 children every day. With the rising cost of groceries, 1 in 5 Calgarians report they struggle to put food on the table.
You know, everyone here in Calgary and maybe Canada feels how expensive food is. So, you know, I bet some parents feel that as well. And so to be able to provide some of these lunches to these kids, it's you can definitely understand how important it is to them.
This is really a community effort, and so especially having folks who are role models and ambassadors in our community be able to be part of that work is so important in spreading the word and in helping make sure that everyone has what they need in our city.
Organizers hope to raise $1 million to deliver 250,000 lunches to children throughout Calgary. The Flames hosted the Minnesota Wild at the Dome tonight.
Cross ice, skate to stick for Coronado. Now to Anderson jumping in. Rasmus Anderson curls around. Anderson! Stop, point blank, rebound! Huberdeau scores!
Calgary gets the first goal with Jonathan Huberdeau in front of the net, assisted by Rasmus Anderson. The Flames gain momentum and win the game. Final score 4-1. The Flames stay at home and host the Utah Mammoth on Saturday night. If you're looking for some holiday music this weekend, this event's for you. The 18th annual Holiday Tuba Fest takes place Saturday afternoon at Lester B. Pearson High School. Close to 100 tubas and other large brass instruments will perform seasonal songs. Players of all ages and skill level are invited to arrive at the school at 10 a.m. for rehearsals. Then at 2 p.m., the concert begins.
I've always said sort of rich and chocolatey. We've got this dark, warm sound that the low brass make. And there's a certain element of humor in that these big instruments that are often the accompaniment in the back row are up front and playing the melodies and playing these fast lines. But it really comes off really well. It's a lot of fun.
The show is free, but everyone is encouraged to bring a donation for the food bank. Thanks for staying up late with us.